Hi, BookTube. I'm trying this screen recording thing. I'm not fit to be in front of the camera right now. I'm just getting over the flu, but I still want to put a video out. I want to show my spreadsheet for next year because I'm so very excited about it. So yeah, this is my 2023 book sheet. I use OpenOffice, but it's pretty much all the formulas and everything are the same as like Google Sheets and Excel. So this is my main page. This is where I'm going to have all my books listed. So we have the date finished. I used to just do it by month, but then I screwed up on my old sheet and I reorganized stuff and I completely lost this. So I'm going to do it actually by the day I finish it instead of just one big month thing. And then I used to have my books tracked by color on my shelf. So I thought that this might just be something cool to keep track of. And of course, I have the title, author, page count, hours, if it's an audiobook, my rating, how I read it. So this will either be library, physical, which means it's from my own shelf, ebook, audiobook, and comics. Generally, I read on comic format, so they'll probably just go under ebooks as well. And then I have fiction versus nonfiction, what genre they are, the audience, so that's whether it's adult, middle grade, YA, children's. My cat's playing in the background. This is whether it's part of a series or not. This is the year it's been published. You can see the full titles up here. The gender of the author, the continent that the author lives on, and then the country, their race, whether or not they have a disability, whether they're part of the LGBTQIA+ community. I've also decided to track publishers this year, and then translated, and then the translator's name. So there's that page. And then I have the stats page. You're going to see weird things like this because there's no numbers to include in there yet. Pardon me. There's that flu. So we have the total books, total known of pages, and then I'm including DNF pages because I always felt cheated out at the end of the year. Like, I'll read like 300 pages of a book and then DNF it, like 50 pages from the end, and it doesn't get included. So I decided to include DNF pages. And that will be tracked over here. But that's another sheet. So then average pages per book as well. Total hours listened to. My average rating. Keeping track of gender. Keep track of male, female, non-binary, and then various. So if like there's multiple authors in a book. BIPOC authors, translated, disability, LGBT+. Oh, here's how I'm doing the breakdown. Oh, I'm also trying to read some books from the Bible, so that's a new category there. Colors, race, location, non-fiction genres. Keep them separate from fiction genres. And then the audience. And then I'm going to try and keep track of publishers on here, but I haven't worked out how exactly I'm going to do that. I'm probably just going to do it as I go along. And then these are my goals. So I want to try and read 150 books. It's an ambitious goal, but 6 of those books I want to be vinyl cafe books. And these are like numerical goals because I'm going to track them using, stats and percents and stuff like that. So yeah, 6 vinyl cafe books. He's a wonderful author, Stuart McLean, and it's been a while since I read some of his stuff. He writes just like kind of like slice of life short stories. I only want to read 24 to 36 books from the library this year, in 2023, because 2022 was just, I went out of control at the library. and it was good. It was great having access to that, but I have a lot of books on my shelf that I need to read. I want to read 12 classics. I want to get a 50% BIPOC in my reading. And that's why I put over here percent complete should be 50% because I don't know how to otherwise do that. B6 divided by the total amount of books. So this number should be 50%, not 100%. That's what all these little notes over here mean. 25% disabled authors, 25% LGBTQ plus authors. I want to read more translated works, so I just put that at 15%. I want to get back to reading a book a month on religion. I did that for a few years and kind of followed it these past few months, so I'm going to get back to that. I want to read more ebooks, so 12 to 24. Yeah. 60 comics. I want to read 5 comics a month to get through my backlog here. And just 12 books from the Bible. I'm not going to try and read the whole Bible in a year. I've done that. It's just overwhelming. So I just chose 12 random books to read. Then I just got the Compile thing. I don't know who created this. I've heard about it a lot. I'm going to give it a shot. It's my first year doing it. And then I just have like an average here, and I set it up for, you know, the first 30 books to see how that's going to go. And then I want to keep better track of DNFs. So just the book title, the author, how many pages of it I read, whether it's a soft or hard DNF, so whether I am like never going to read it again because it's a bad book, or whether it's just not the right book for the right time, or it's just a book I forgot about, you know, that kind of stuff. But I still want to keep track of the pages I read so I don't feel cheated at the end of the year. And then just kind of like the reason I DNF'd it. Just a little simple reason here. I want to keep track of my TBRs, and I used to do that on this page and then just kind of delete and add and stuff, but I want to keep track of every book that I've decided to read. So here's a sneak peek at my January TBR. I just filled out all the information, so when I finish it, I can just like click here and get rid of these things, and then just like copy and paste that over onto the other page. And these colors are not right. This one's yellow, this one's blue. I don't know, I think this one's white. I can't remember what color they all are. I gotta fill that in again. Yeah, so, and then I have so what I do here is I track it by month, not by date read here. And when I've read it, I can just, you know, X or not X, whether I DNF'd it, of course. The reason for reading it. So my goals aren't really met too hard in January because my main goal in January is to read my books I got for Christmas. So that takes up a good chunk of my reading there. So yeah, so we do have the 1 book on religion, 1 ebook, 5 comics. Is that 5 there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then the book of the Bible I'm going to read is the book of Job. Yeah, so that's the TBR. And then this is the scariest page for me. It's going to be, yeah, there's no stats or formulas or anything on this page. I sometimes will just, out of curiosity, like, add up this, just to see, you know, how many pages. Oh, that was right, okay. I want to read, so 4,242. Is it doable? Hopefully. I don't think there's any. This one and this one are particularly big, but every other one is really easy. And even here with the 4 past midnight, that's 4 stories in there. So I'll be fine even if I just read 2 and then carry it on to the next month. I'm not talking about my TBR though. So this is the acquired, and I'm just going to bold this one right here. There we go. So the date I bought it, the title of the book, where I bought it from, the price of the book, and then whether I read it or not, and tracking for just how many books I bought, how much I paid for all those books, and how many of the books I've actually read. So yeah, that is my spreadsheet for 2023. I'll put a link, I'll transfer this over to Google Sheets and put a link for that so you can copy and paste to your heart's desire. Let me know if you keep track of your reading like this. If you think this is excessive, I really enjoy it. I've had so much fun putting this together. Especially like figuring out all the sums and how to do it and how to get the sums from like one sheet onto the next sheet. Like, I was so fascinated when I figured out how I could do that, and I've been playing around with all sorts of different spreadsheets. Yeah, I know it's not fancy like some of the other ones you see, but it's simple and gets the job done. And it's free to use. I'm not going to charge anything. I saw some people charging for spreadsheets and stuff. And I guess it takes some work, but for me it's just fun. And I like to share that. So yeah, I'm hopefully gonna get back to filming soon when I feel better. And thank you for watching and sticking around.